Finance has been trying to make sure we're all on the same page. We have to deliver all of the president's priorities, make permanent the expiring provisions of the successful Trump tax cuts, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, tax relief for seniors, everything that the president campaigned on. We're preparing that and we're going to deliver it.
But how are you going to cut spending?
So we have to cut at least $1.5 trillion worth of spending.
Real cuts or the fake budget tricks that they do over in the Senate, which you and I have talked about before?
They're going to be real cuts. We've been looking at all kinds of ways to make proper reforms in health care, proper ways to have efficiencies. There's work requirements that you can do in various government programs. We also need to repeal a lot of the bad tax policy that was put in by the prior administration.
You know, there's a big fight over deductibility of state taxes. There's a big dispute about that right now. I know you're all working through that, but that would cost real money, correct?
It does. The deduction that was put on back in 2017 on the state and local income tax basically was $1 trillion that was the pay for. That's very large. That was used to drive down lower tax brackets for every single American.
Well, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries says something dire will happen if this bill passes. Watch.
We got a budget that's in front of us that is trying to enact the largest Medicaid cut in American history. People will die if this budget is successful. That's how urgent the fight is. This budget is unacceptable. It's unconscionable. It's un-American.
Oh, no specifics there, but how are people dying?
Well, all I have to say is the Democrat Party is completely out of touch with reality, Laura. If we don't pass this bill, Americans will face the largest tax increase in the history of America. The child tax credit, which is something that he says he supports, gets slashed in half from $2,000 to $1,000. The guaranteed deduction, which 91% of all Americans use to file their taxes, that gets slashed in half.
Congressman, how do we afford another $1 trillion for the military, which I heard about today at the cabinet meeting? That's a lot of money. We're still spending. I know we want to upgrade our military, but that costs real dough when we have $1.3 trillion in interest payments on the debt.
That's a lot of money, but there will not be $1 trillion in military funding within this big, beautiful bill that the president's wanting to deliver. There will be some military funding. I think it's about $150 billion is what passed out of the Armed Services Committee in the House, but $1 trillion is real dollars.
You know, over time, they want to increase the spending. Congressman, great to see you. We're going to be watching. Thank you very much. All right, ahead, we're learning some disturbing new details about Democrats' favorite Maryland man.
Our days.
Does your student loan payment make you cringe? We get it. Saying goodbye to that much money every month can be tough, but by refinancing to a lower rate through Credible.com, you could drastically cut your monthly payments. At Credible, you get personalized rates from multiple lenders, so it's easy to find the refi that puts the most cash back in your pocket. And life with extra cash is, well, extra. Visit Credible.com now to see your new monthly student loan payment.
Alex Palou looks to continue his red-hot start, while Pato, Newgarden, and a hungry pack battle for a win as the road to Indy continues at Barber. Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Here's the tale of a farmer man searching for love all across the land.
Them girls were trying to touch Matt's avocados. Didn't like it.
Farmer Wants a Wife. All new Thursdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers.
Obliterated!
Battle Matt Olson and the Braves. Or the Royals take on the Orioles. It's Baseball Night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
It's TV's most addictive game show.
Let's go! Pig, snake, turtle. This is a pet?
And you can watch anytime.
Let's go!
The Floor is all new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Fox's longest-running manhunt isn't just a show. It's an American institution.
I'm John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted.
Fox Mondays. From Hollywood heist to Heartland horror.
Please, where's my baby?
We're hunting down America's worst criminals.
With nearly 1,200 fugitives caught in 45 countries. The legacy continues.
You can make a difference.
America's Most Wanted, Mondays on Fox and anytime on Hulu.
Does your student loan payment make you cringe? We get it. Saying goodbye to that much money every month can be tough, but by refinancing to a lower rate through Credible.com, you could drastically cut your monthly payments. At Credible, you get personalized rates from multiple lenders, so it's easy to find the refi that puts the most cash back in your pocket. And life with extra cash is, well, extra. Visit Credible.com now to see your new monthly student loan payment.
Primetime goes inside Doge headquarters. Elon Musk and his engineers look back at their first 100 days and detail how they've reshaped Washington. Jesse has the exclusive all-access look Thursday.
This is a new beginning.
Where common sense
Is our common ground. We're telling your story.
is the most important story.
And we're not afraid to tell it.
Where American values unite us.
And don't divide us.
This is a time to come together.
For you.
For me.
For all.
For all.
For all.
For all.
For all.
For all America.
For all America.
I'm Harris Faulkner, and this is America's Most Wanted Missing Persons. The most American thing we do is to never leave one of our own behind.
We don't know where he is. We're hoping that somebody watching the show can provide us those answers.
Someone knows something. It might be that smallest clue.
We have one mission: to bring missing loved ones home.
America's Most Wanted Missing Persons, Mondays on Fox and anytime on Hulu.
Dana Perino's new book, I Wish Someone Had Told Me, inside the crucial moments that shaped her career and life. Plus, how to take the next steps in your professional and personal journeys with special insight from her Fox News colleagues. Order your copy now at foxnewsbooks.com.
Hello, America. You're probably wondering why I'm standing outside this perfectly normal house. I won't tell you. I am teasing you. What did I miss? A new game show coming soon to Fox Nation. What idiot wrote this?
Make your advertising matter. Reach millions around the country across all of Fox News Media, and our in-house creative team can get you started. Visit foxnews.com/advertise to grow your business today.
His wife used when she tried to get a second protective order against the Democrats' new action hero. This story keeps getting worse. Here with all the disturbing details is Fox News senior correspondent Kevin Corke. Kevin.
This is just sickening. If you think about what this poor woman has been through, and yet people are out there championing this guy. Fox has obtained a second protective order filed against the so-called Maryland man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, an illegal alien from El Salvador. By the way, this is the second order filed by his wife, this one happening back in 2020. Now, in it, she accused him of physical abuse, threatening her, even claimed to have a recording where he allegedly says he'd kill her and nobody could do anything to him. Now, this was a year before she filed another protective order against him, in which she accused him of being a repeat wife beater and said she has videos of his violence and claimed she's afraid even to be around the guy. So to be clear, the man in the media, the Democrats have been hailing as, Joel, he's just a Maryland man who was separated from his family when he was deported back to El Salvador, break out the small violins. Well, this is on that guy's rap sheet. Illegal alien, alleged MS-13 gang member, again, reaffirmed by an immigration court by a judge, accused of being a repeat domestic abuser by his own wife multiple times. Oh, yeah, and while we're at it, also suspected of human trafficking in Tennessee while driving a convicted human trafficker's vehicle with at least 8 people in it and no luggage, allegedly going from Texas to Maryland. That's the guy. Now, for what it's worth, today, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, reiterated the administration's position that Garcia's fate is in the hands of the executive branch, not the courts. And he refused to say if efforts were being made to bring him back to this country, which, by the way, Laura, even if the guy came back, as you have pointed out, Stephen Miller and others have said, he'd just get sent right back out anyway.
Think about the Democrats trying to reconnect with middle America. And this is the poster boy for doing it. It makes
no sense
whatsoever.
Absolutely.
But thank you for that update. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Kevin, thank you. All right, of course, none of this matters to the radicals on the bench who've made it their mission to protect illegals instead of following the law. Radical judges are still putting illegals first. But the Trump administration has put up with any of this and warned early on that if you interfere with the lawful actions of ICE officers, you will be prosecuted. But apparently far-left Milwaukee judge Hannah Dugan thought Tom Homan was kidding. And now she's been temporarily relieved of her official duties, oh shucks, by the Wisconsin Supreme Court after she allegedly snuck an illegal alien out the back door to evade ICE. But in solidarity with Dugan, her sister in robes, Judge Monica Isham, is threatening not to hold court in protest. What a great way to remove radicals from the bench. They're self-deporting. Here to discuss, David Schoen, former Trump impeachment attorney. David, I mean, this is all day we've gotten great news. Okay, now they're closing their courtrooms so they will stop upending the law. But to be less than humorous here, how many illegals do you think these radical judges have actually helped to escape over the years? You think of what they did to John Eastman in California, disbarring him, a total injustice. But these are clear-cut cases for disbarment, are they not?
Yeah, and the hypocrisy behind this is really startling. Can you imagine? I mean, we hear from Democrats calling for, the rule of law and constitutional crisis and so on, but they're all based on a policy agenda. Here we have lawless judges, literally. They may feel compassion for some illegal immigrant or something like that. They're entitled to personally. But to have someone go out the back door to evade law enforcement officers for a lawful arrest, it's shocking. We have statutes on deportability here. The statutes are being applied. They're the law of the land. I have to say this. I mean, Justice Jackson said it best probably in 1949, the case Terminiello versus the city of Chicago. We run a risk of turning the Bill of Rights into a suicide pact. He said the choice isn't between order and liberty. It's between liberty without order and anarchy without either. And that's the risk here when we pick and choose which policies we're going to enforce and not enforce and help people evade. The Bill of Rights is key. I've been a civil rights lawyer for decades. I represented the ACLU's interests in Alabama for over 20 years, both ends of the spectrum, when they were the real ACLU. Everybody ought to be in favor of civil rights, but not lawlessness.
Now, David, I also have to ask you about comments that President Trump made last night about Kilmer Abrego Garcia. Watch.
The order from the Supreme Court stands,
sir. He came into our country illegally.
You could get him back. There's a phone on this desk.
I could.
You could call up the president of El Salvador and say, send him back right now.
And if he were the gentleman that you say he is, I would do that.
But the court has ordered you to facilitate that.
David, do you think what the president said will be used by the other side and perhaps hurt or compromise the administration's case?
The other side will certainly try to use it. I think what President Trump meant is he has a good relationship with the head of El Salvador and so on, but he also respects their sovereignty. This person was sent there. He is trying to facilitate, I think, his return. He can't force it. But what you said earlier in the piece is absolutely correct. This person will be deportable and deported if he were to come back. President Trump has made it clear he will not defy court orders. He has said great things about the Supreme Court and so on, but he will also exercise his executive power.
Well, the problem here is that an individual at the Justice Department who was rushing this case, I think, said, oh, we made an error in putting him on the plane, right, because of his supposed fear of persecution against some street gang that no longer exists. So that set this whole ball rolling, did it not, David? And that's why the court ultimately said, well, okay, you guys admitted you didn't, let's try to facilitate. But that's what happened.
Absolutely. He's shot from the hip, quite frankly. I don't
the lawyer
think
didn't know what he was doing. He was transferred out of that particular position, I understand.
Yes, I don't think he investigated the case before he spoke. Look, they've got a lot of litigation going on, so they're operating at warp speed at times. But that was a mistake.
Yeah, David, thank you very much. And ahead, President Trump making big announcements today that actually directly and positively affect American workers.
You woke up with a sore throat and a low-grade fever.
I'm Harris Faulkner, and this is America's most wanted missing persons. The most American thing we do is to never leave one of our own behind.
We don't know where he is. We're hoping that somebody watching the show can provide us those answers.
Someone knows something. It might be that smallest clue.
We have one mission: to bring missing loved ones home.
America's Most Wanted Missing Persons, Mondays on Fox and anytime on Hulu.
Make your advertising matter. Reach millions around the country across all of Fox News Media, and our in-house creative team can get you started. Visit foxnews.com/advertise to grow your business today.
Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers.
Obliterated!
Battle Matt Olson and the Braves. Or the Royals take on the Orioles. It's Baseball Night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
It's TV's most addictive game show.
Let's go! Pig, snake, turtle. This is a pet?
And you can watch anytime.
Let's go!
The Floor is all new Wednesdays on Fox, and watch anytime on Hulu.
Hello, America. You're probably wondering why I'm standing outside this perfectly normal house in the middle of nowhere. Am I flipping it for profit? I wish. Did I get lost on my way to work? It's possible. So what am I doing in front of this perfectly normal house? I won't tell you, because this is what we call a tease, and I am teasing you. What did I miss? A new game show, coming soon to Fox Nation. What idiot wrote this?
Fox's longest-running manhunt isn't just a show. It's an American institution.
I'm John Walls, host of America's Most Wanted.
Fox Mondays. From Hollywood heist to heartland horror.
Please, where's my baby?
We're hunting down America's worst criminals.
With nearly 1,200 fugitives caught in 45 countries, the legacy continues.
You can make a difference.
America's Most Wanted, Mondays on Fox and anytime on Hulu.
This is a new beginning.
Where common sense
Is our common ground. We're telling your story.
is the most important story.
And we're not afraid to tell it.
Where American values unite us.
And don't divide us.
This is a time to come together.
For you.
For me.
For all.
For all.
For all.
For all.
For all.
For all America.
For all America.
Does your student loan payment make you cringe? We get it. Saying goodbye to that much money every month can be tough, but by refinancing to a lower rate through Credible.com, you could drastically cut your monthly payments. At Credible, you get personalized rates from multiple lenders, so it's easy to find the refi that puts the most cash back in your pocket. And life with extra cash is, well, extra. Visit Credible.com now to see your new monthly student loan payment.
ᑎEᗯ new book, I Wish Someone Had Told Me, inside the crucial moments that shaped her career and life. Plus, how to take the next steps in your professional and personal journeys with special insight from her Fox News colleagues. Order your copy now at foxnewsbooks.com.
Does your student loan payment make you cringe? We get it. Saying goodbye to that much money every month can be tough, but by refinancing to a lower rate through Credible.com, you could drastically cut your monthly payments. At Credible, you get personalized rates from multiple lenders, so it's easy to find the refi that puts the most cash back in your pocket. And life with extra cash is, well, extra. Visit Credible.com now to see your new monthly student loan payment.
Here's the tale of a farmer man searching for love all across the land. He's a farmer man. He needs someone to share his life. Find a woman to be his loving wife. He's a farmer man.
Them girls are trying to touch Matt's avocados. Didn't like it.
Farmer Wants a Wife. All new Thursdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Primetime goes inside Doge headquarters. Elon Musk and his engineers look back at their first 100 days and detail how they've reshaped Washington. Jesse has the exclusive all-access look Thursday.
President Trump just will not stop. After a marathon public cabinet meeting, he spoke to the top business leaders of the United States for another 40 minutes.
How come my cabinet has such good locations? You should have given them up to the business leaders. We want their money, you know. They have a very good locations. I'm not surprised.
And then he got into the specifics.
President and CEO of Toyota North America, Ted Ogawa, investing $88 billion. Where's Ted? That's fantastic. CEO of Genentech, Ashley Mugargi, $50 billion. Whoa, that's a lot of money. Chairman and CEO of a company called IBM. Arvind, where are you? Where are you? Thank you very much. That's fantastic. $150 billion. That's all? That's great.
What I like about Trump in these cases, he's never satisfied. That's all you can do? He's always going for the bigger. But that kept going. Merck, Apple, Hyundai, trillions of dollars being invested over time, factories being built, workers being hired, American workers. Here to weigh in, former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Mr. Speaker, great to see you tonight. Is this a powerful answer in this moment of uncertainty to China?
It's a huge answer to China, because what they are doing, and people have to understand this, when you do reciprocal, they don't allow us to go into their countries. Now what Trump is able to do is make it affordable to make it in America. It's an advantage for these companies to make this investment. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. And we didn't get into this problem overnight. It takes a longer term basis. But think about this. These are American companies investing in America, but they're also foreign companies investing in America. You got SoftBank, but look at what Apple is doing. This is a tremendous amount of investment. He was calling each and every person in that room had already made a decision, and probably by the time they left, President Trump made them double that investment. But this is not only just investment, these are going to be jobs, products, and greater quality, and that's going to be the sucking sound you hear leaving China and every other country to be made in America.
And Trump knew, did he not, that China was evading tariffs by sending some of their manufacturing to other Asian countries, and they were trying to circumvent a lot of the tariffs that way. But that's why you had to hit these other countries, Vietnam, et cetera, because of what China was doing. You just had to do it.
Yeah, we learned in the first Trump administration, most of those companies left China. They went to Vietnam, they went to India and other places. But now that you're finding President Trump, again, learned that 10,000 hours, but he also has the fortitude to be able to see long term and put up with the media not understanding what's going on. And look what will be the end result. More American jobs, a stronger economy. It will be able to produce lower taxes because more revenue will be coming into American coffers.
Now, it's fantastic news across the board. Today was just another tour de force day. I mean, the cabinet, you compare this cabinet and the way they spoke today to Biden's cabinet. I mean, the whole thing is just, it's not even a fair fight or fair competition. It's so bad. But tonight, the answer the Democrats have, Mr. Speaker, and you're very familiar with this, the answer the Democrats have tonight, AOC talking about impeaching Donald Trump. That's where they are tonight. That's what they were talking about.
We should never take impeachment off the table. We should never take where we see law breaking. We should never take accountability off the table. Impeachment exists for a reason, and it should absolutely be on the table. It should be on the table for every president. Every president should know that if you break the law, you could be prone to removal from office.
Yeah, but no accountability for illegal aliens. They get to do whatever they want, stay here as long as they want. Your reaction to that?
This is an old playbook that has failed many times before. It goes directly against the Constitution. What has he done to be impeached? He kept his promises. That's something people don't normally see in a president. He's actually secured the border in this amount of time without even having Congress act. He's been able to turn the direction where more investment in America. Again, really, Congress and Senate hasn't done it. This has been just the fortitude of President Trump pushing this through. And just think about what more we'll be able to accomplish in the months ahead if people would actually work with them instead of the first thing they say, impeachment. Why don't they think about the people they represent first?
Yeah, meet them halfway on at least a few issues. That would be nice. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. All right. How funny is President Trump? And Twisted Tim reveals the real reason that Kamala chose him as her running mate. Jimmy Fallon has it all and more next.
My name is Mike Hammond, founder of Sig.
Does your student loan payment make you cringe? We get it. Saying goodbye to that much money every month can be tough, but by refinancing to a lower rate through Credible.com, you could drastically cut your monthly payments. At Credible, you get personalized rates from multiple lenders, so it's easy to find the refi that puts the most cash back in your pocket. And life with extra cash is, well, extra. Visit Credible.com now to see your new monthly student loan payment.
Fox's longest-running manhunt isn't just a show. It's an American institution.
I'm John Walls, host of America's Most Wanted.
Fox Mondays. From Hollywood heist to Heartland horror.
Please, where's my baby?
We're hunting down America's worst criminals.
With nearly 1,200 fugitives caught in 45 countries, the legacy continues.
You can make a difference.
America's Most Wanted, Mondays on Fox and anytime on Hulu.
Fox Wednesday, America's most addictive game show, is ready to go.
Let's go! Let's go! The category is pets.
Pig. Snake. Turtle. This is a pet?
And you can watch anytime.
You're not going to win anything by playing it safe.
You're not getting my territories.
It's truly a war.
The Floor is all new, Wednesdays on Fox, and watch anytime on Hulu.
Does your student loan payment make you cringe? We get it. Saying goodbye to that much money every month can be tough, but by refinancing to a lower rate through Credible.com, you could drastically cut your monthly payments. At Credible, you get personalized rates from multiple lenders, so it's easy to find the refi that puts the most cash back in your pocket. And life with extra cash is, well, extra. Visit Credible.com now to see your new monthly student loan payment.
ᑎEᗯកិ's new book, I Wish Someone Had Told Me, inside the crucial moments that shaped her career and life. Plus, how to take the next steps in your professional and personal journeys with special insight from her Fox News colleagues. Order your copy now at foxnewsbooks.com. Primetime goes inside Doge headquarters. Elon Musk and his engineers look back at their first 100 days and detail how they've reshaped Washington. Jesse has the exclusive all-access look Thursday.
Alex Palou looks to continue his red-hot start, while Pato, Newgarden, and a hungry pack battle for a win as the road to Indy continues at Barber. Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
This is a new beginning.
Where common sense
Is our common ground.
We're telling your story.
is the most important story.
And we're not afraid to tell it.
Where American values unite us.
And don't divide us.
This is a time to come together.
For you.
For me.
For all.
For all.
For all.
For all.
For all.
For all America.
For all America.
I'm Harris Faulkner, and this is America's Most Wanted Missing Persons. The most American thing we do is to never leave one of our own behind.
We don't know where he is. We're hoping that somebody watching the show can provide us those answers.
Someone knows something. It might be that smallest clue.
We have one mission: to bring missing loved ones home.
America's Most Wanted Missing Persons, Mondays on Fox and anytime on Hulu.
Make your advertising matter. Reach millions around the country, across all of Fox News Media, and our in-house creative team can get you started. Visit foxnews.com/advertise to grow your business today.
Here's the tale of a farmer man searching for love all across the land.
Them girls are trying to touch Matt's avocados. I didn't like it.
Farmer Wants a Wife. All new Thursdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Hello, America. You're probably wondering why I'm standing outside this perfectly normal house in the middle of nowhere. Am I flipping it for profit? I wish. Did I get lost on my way to work? It's possible. So what am I doing in front of this perfectly normal house? I won't tell you, because this is what we call a tease, and I am teasing you. What did I miss? A new game show, coming soon to Fox Nation. What idiot wrote this?
Trying to figure this out.
Now it's time for WTF What the Fela. Here with us is Jimmy Fela, host of Fox News Saturday Night. Jimmy.
Hey.
I'm so excited you're on because wait a second. We have a Bill Belichick update.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
Well, after the former Pats coach was ruthlessly mocked for letting his much younger gal pal control a recent interview, he's finally, Jimmy, speaking out to let us know that she is not the boss. He said in a statement that he told CBS he only wanted to talk about the book. So when the interview deviated, Jordan was tried to get it back on track. She was just doing her job. All right, Jimmy?
Listen, at her age, I'm surprised it wasn't a coloring book, first of all. But if you read that statement, this is a man communicating under duress. You saw it in the interview. You saw it in the statement. There's a reason he didn't read that to a camera. Okay? It needed to be said. He didn't sincerely mean it, but he doesn't want to upset her because she cuts his food. Okay? When you get to that age, your nurse is important. And this is really embarrassing stuff. You know what this girl should do for real? And America would like her. Her and Meghan Markle should start a true crime podcast about how they stole their man's nuts. It would go viral. We'd all watch it, and it's true. Amen. Throw it on Shark Tank. They'd all invest, and we'd all listen.
Jimmy, what I don't understand about any of this, and everybody has their own choices. It's fine. But, Bill Belichick is this tough guy, right? He's a tough guy, tough coach. He's always grumpy. And he looked grumpy. He kind of played to type in that interview where he looks grumpy. I've talked to him before. He's always so nice. But he looked grumpy, but he was I bet he was annoyed at the whole thing. Maybe he was annoyed by her too. Who knows?
Oh, it's killing him, man. Because he's an assistant. He's not used to being an assistant coach.
Oh.
Okay? He ran the Patriots. He is clearly not running this organization. You know that, and I know that. No self-respecting 73-year-old man is posting Instagram photos where he's pretending to catch a mermaid.
Oh no, that was tragic. That was a block and tackle. That didn't.
That hurt me.
The president showed off his comedy skills today. Watch.
Where is that little sucker? Where is it? Which is that? Whoa. That's a nasty looking thing. That's that nasty. I look up there when I'm having dinner outside. I used to look up and see the moon. Isn't it beautiful? Now you see the moon, but you see drones all over the place. And I say, let's get the hell out of here. Every time I talk to him about drug prices, he sweet talks me. Johnson & Johnson. Oh, I know. I've heard of that company, huh?
Jimmy.
My hair looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
His hair looks. I just cut the president off, but he made a really funny comment about his hair.
Yeah.
It's luxuriant hair, and it needs proper products to look so. That's a self-deprecating Trump, and he's having fun, and it's something he didn't have enough of for obvious reasons in the first term.
Yes, he is a crowd work comedian. What that means is some comics just do their material. Trump goes after the crowd. Look at this guy over here. How the hell did you two meet?
That's Rickles.
Yeah, well,
Rickles
absolutely.
did that.
No, there's a splash zone at a Trump show. If you sit up front, you're going to get splashed by the animals every time.
No, but he's like, look at that. Remember Rickles was always, look at that puss in the front row. He was brutal, right? Oh, I love it. Jimmy, thank you so much. And grab your tickets for Jimmy's Everybody Calm Down tour in Cleveland on May 31st. Oh, obviously going to sell out. That's it for us tonight. Make sure to follow me on Insta and X. Thanks for watching. It's America Now and Forever and getting better every day. Jesse is here next.
Welcome to Jesse Watters Primetime tonight.
Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. I picked you, Terry, but you're not being very nice.
Trump 2.0
Enjoy the show.
Your fake news.
All right. Thank you.
And by the way, ABC is one of the worst. I have to be honest with you.
The government here has denied our request to see him because this is not an official trip.
Pools, saunas, margarita room service inside the El Salvador 4's trip to paradise.
We're not 100% sure exactly what facility he's being held at.
You thinking about running for president?
I mean, listen,
People are saying
this moment isn't about campaigns or elections or about politics.
President AOC.
She's the best marketeer in politics.
Plus,
Sorry to interrupt.
Fox News alert, the United States has just signed a mineral deal with Ukraine, granting us privileged access to develop Ukraine's natural resources, including aluminum, graphite, oil, and natural gas. And Hunter's nowhere near it. This is a recognition of the overwhelming financial and military support provided by you, the U.S. taxpayer. It secures a strong partnership between our countries that'll help keep Russia from moving deeper into Ukrainian territory and allow America access to key ingredients we need to reindustrialize. We told you after the Zelensky meeting blow up, they'd patch things up. Sometimes you have to break up to make up. Remember when Elon asked every bureaucrat to send him a list of things they did last week? Well, Trump held a cabinet meeting and asked, what'd you do in the first 100 days?
Your DOJ agencies have seized more than 22 million fentanyl pills.
The border is 99.99% safe, under control.
What we have seen since your election and the inauguration has been nothing short of a recruiting renaissance. We're reinforcing standards. We're going to be fit, not fat.
The CIA provided the intelligence that led to the apprehension of the ᗷᖇEᗩKIT bomber.
Over the past 100 days, we are already making America healthy again.
Energy costs have plummeted. Mortgage rates are down. Food costs are moving lower.
I'm not sure if anyone's heard, but the price of eggs is down.
It's nice to see the president hosting cabinet meetings instead of the first lady. Morale is high and drama's low, except for when RFK doged Marco's Doritos.
Because of Secretary Kennedy, I'm ready to eat anything. So, he said Tootsie Rolls are okay.
Tootsie, Rubio was on a roll.
This president inherited 30 years of foreign policy that was built around what was good for the world. In essence, the decisions we made as a government in trade and foreign policy was basically, is it good for the world? Is it good for the global community? And under President Trump, we're making a foreign policy now that's what's good for America.
RFK has been busy too, finding the kids Biden lost.
We have ended HHS as the role as the vector, the principal vector in this country for child trafficking. And during the Biden administration, HHS became a collaborator in child trafficking and for sex and for slavery. And we have ended that, and we're very aggressively going out and trying to find these children, 300,000 children that were lost by the Biden administration.
You'd think Biden could have sniffed these kids out himself, but he never tried. And you heard that right. The Biden administration was a vector for child sex trafficking. Someone needs to go to prison. Trump's happy with his team. He gave them all Gulf of America hats as little party favors. Elon took 2.
Elon, I love the double hat, by the way. He's the only one that can do that. Get away with it.
Well, Mr. President, they say I wear a lot of hats. It's true. Even my hat has a hat.
We have an exclusive interview with Elon Musk airing tomorrow night. And yes, he's bringing big balls. And it might be his exit interview.
The vast majority of people in this country really respect and appreciate you. And this whole room can say that very strongly. You've really been a tremendous help. You opened up a lot of eyes as to what can be done. And we just want to thank you very much. And, you know, you're invited to stay as long as you want. And at some point, I guess, he wants to get back home to his car.
Doge saved us $160 billion and counting. And there's still entire departments being slimmed down.
I don't think I have ever worked so hard to try to fire myself. We're certainly making great strides in that. We've reduced the folks over at the Department of Education by about 50% now.
The first 100 days have been so historic, the New York Times put out a front page to match. Look at that. There have never been 100 days like this. And they're right about that. And the media is going to seduce you with polls to say Trump's unpopular. But these are the same polls that told you Kamala would win Iowa. The country has no regrets. If the election was held again, the media's same silly polls say Trump would still beat her. The country elected a man to knock over the table, and that's the phase we're in now. And soon we'll reset the table. Salad, dinner, dessert, fork.
We're turning it around. It's a big ship to turn around, and we're going to have the greatest country financially in the history of the world, I believe. I think we're going to do things and we had to do it. We reset the table.
The pundits are panicking, but what do the people think?
I think he's amazing. I believe he's a man of his word. Mm-hmm. And I really like that because I had given up on politics.
I've been very pleasantly surprised with what he's doing for the country. I think he's got a really good cabinet.
We're going in the right direction. If these jobs are not here, what happens when everything that we have is outsourced? And that is exactly what has been going on for decades. He's looking to bring it back. If President Trump is watching us, I love you dearly.
Signature American companies like Ford love what they're seeing.
Ford is really different. We make 80% in the U.S., more than any other manufacturing. We think this is really great for the country. We really support the president's initiative. This is the right thing to do. We really appreciate the dialogue we've had with the president, but we have a lot more work to do with him and the team.
Today, CEOs of the biggest companies in the world packed into the White House to celebrate the manufacturing boom. Money is pouring in.
The companies represented in this room have collectively announced more than $2 trillion in new investments, and we have a total of close to $8 trillion all told.
Today, first quarter GDP came out flat, but even the New York Times called it a statistical fluke. The market shrugged it off. Regular folks don't live and die by GDP. And Trump's confident the golden age will shine. He's so confident, he sat down with a guy who hates him, Terry Moran. Who's Terry Moran? Exactly. He's a third stringer at ABC. Stephanopoulos was not available because he slandered 47 and cost his bosses $15 million in damages. And David Muir moderated the last debate so poorly, he was out. So Moran was the man. Not really.
They're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. I picked you, Terry, but you're not being very nice.
Terry had a lot to prove, but it didn't work out for him. He played the same old games ABC always plays. They want to scalp Pete's.
We had a good talk. He's a talented guy. He's young. He's smart, highly educated, and I think he's going to be a very good hopefully a great defense secretary, but he'll be a very good defense secretary.
You have 100% confidence in
I don't have 100% confidence in anything, okay? Anything. Do I have 100%? It's a stupid question. Look.
It's a pretty important position.
No. You don't have 100%. Only a liar would say I have 100% confidence. I don't have 100% confidence that we're going to finish this interview.
These gotcha questions don't really work on Trump. He's been in the gauntlet for a decade, and confrontation actually ups his game. Terry didn't do his homework, and it showed.
A legal note fraud is a crime. There have been no referrals to the Justice Department on any of
Well,
these.
you don't know that, do you? How do you know that?
Have there been referrals to the? Are there criminal referrals?
How would you know that there were no referrals? I think there were referrals.
They generally are. There's been no investigation from the Justice Department.
How do you know that?
I'm asking you, sir.
No, you're not asking me. You made a statement. You're not
now
asking
I'm asking you.
That was a statement that you made. There have been.
I'm asking you.
Have there been? Yes, there have.
I haven't seen an anchor look so clueless since Leslie Stahl said the laptop wasn't real. If ABC was smart, they'd have Stephen A. do the interview.
Do you think Vladimir Putin wants peace?
I think he does, yes. I think he does. I think
even with the raining missiles
I think he really his His dream was to take over the whole country. I think because of me, he's not going to do that.
Do you trust him? Do you trust him?
I don't trust you. I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust you. Look at you. You come in all shooting for bear. You're so happy to do the interview.
I am
And
happy.
then you start hitting me with fake questions.
Putin carved up Ukraine on Biden's watch. Moscow went in hard after they saw Joe blow the Afghan withdrawal. Trump just got a mineral deal and has the Russians negotiating for peace. And ABC's acting like the president's getting played. Every question came from a place of hate.
I'm going to ask you, if I may, do you think the reputation of the United States has gone down under your presidency?
No, I think it's gone way up, and I think we're a respected country again. We were laughed at all over the world. We had a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, couldn't walk down a flight of stairs, couldn't walk across a stage without falling. We had a president that was grossly incompetent. You knew it, I knew it, and everybody knew it, but you guys didn't want to write it because you're fake news.
All right. Thank you.
And by the way, ABC is one of the worst, I have to be honest with you.
Thank you for the opinion.
Trump's base loves to see him smoke the press. And conflict energizes the president. Biden hid from interviews, including friendlies. Trump invites them into the Oval, pounds them. We get to see democracy in action, the battle of ideas. We don't wonder who the president really is or where he is. He's hard at work, and he's in your face. Fox News contributor Hugh Hewitt joins me now. First of all, welcome to Fox. Is Bret Baier bullying you?
No, I'm doing fine. Everyone's being very nice to me, and thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome. Let me know if he gets out of line. I'll take care of him. The interview, it does not seem like the legacy media is as effective as they used to be in tarnishing the president.
Jesse, it's very hard to do an interview with Donald Trump and not make news. He is the best interview I've done in 30 years in this business. I've talked to him more than 30 times. I've always made news because I ask short, straightforward questions. You mentioned it came from a place of hate. I don't know if hate, but it was 24 gotcha questions.
Hostility.
Hostility, definitely. And I think to myself, has he never watched a Trump interview? Because he feeds on that. And then when he blinked, and said, there have been no referrals. Well, that was like asking Donald Trump to take your car out and drive it off of a pier. I think it's, if legacy media would simply learn, Iran, Israel, we're on the brink of a war between Pakistan and India, 2 nuclear powers. Doesn't come up. Instead, he asked 8 questions about Putin because he ran out of questions. I really don't know how they prepped for that. Maybe he got word 5 minutes beforehand.
Yeah, you got China, you got Greenland.
You got Greenland.
He's going to the Mideast soon. You could have asked anything, and he just absolutely choked. This big cabinet meeting today, you're seeing these showcased cabinet meetings. What kind of effect did they have on the public?
Once again, everything's about messaging. These first 100 days, they've messaged the border closed. Kristi Noem said 99.99%. That's kind of amazing. All of America for the last 2 years saw thousands of people come across the border